Okay, next exercise, or next superset really, because once again I'm gonna superset one exercise followed directly by another exercise. Again, to work my lower abdominals, followed by more of the upper abdominals. Okay, first exercise of the superset is a couple of different names here. Decline lying leg raises, lying hip raises, leg ups. There's a ton of different names. I call them decline lying leg raises, but basically the movement is the same principally. On a bench, you can do them flat or at certain angles to make it harder and really more effective for the lower abdominals. And arms are supported over the head. If you don't have the bench with the handles, you can easily create this by using a flat bench, raising up and using the rope similar to the ones I was using earlier for the pull downs, and putting them around the edge of the bench and holding on. You've got to be creative when it comes to training abs. Now the thing with this is a lot of people push their legs upwards. Now that's great, you are hitting the abs, but you're also working the iliopsoas, the hip flexors. So watch careful on the technique. My legs and my hips, the angle stays fixed. It's the hips which are coming up, not the legs which are pushing upwards. So you're going to see the angle closes, not the legs going up. I'll show you the right way, and then I'm going to show you the, I don't want to call it the wrong way, but the less effective way of doing this exercise. Okay, here goes. Right, if you're doing the exercise right, you're going to feel it working. This is a great exercise also for working the obliques here, as you can probably see. My whole musculature here is having to engage and work to bring my hips up. It's all of these muscles here, as well as the lower rectus abdominis, the flat muscles here, but we all want to try and define and show. So that is the correct form, the right way to do that exercise. You can see the angle between my legs being up and my torso is fixed all the time. I'm merely closing the angle up, using the abs to pull up the hips forwards. Now let me show you the, remember we don't call it the wrong way, but the less effective way. And that's with my legs going up. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of people do it this way in the gym, but no need to tell them, just stick with what you know and do the exercise more efficiently. Okay, and you're going to see the muscles working differently on this one because the abs aren't being involved as much as the hip flexors are. Completely different. I mean, I can hardly feel my abs working in comparison to the first way that I did the exercise. So one more time, let me show you the more efficient, correct way of doing this exercise. And right at the end, the last 2 or 3 repetitions, I'm going to go a little bit further, bringing my legs right up over the end of my head. And I want to show you, you don't need to do this. It's a limited range of movement, like with any abdominal exercise, or for that matter, any exercise really. You only need to go the length of the muscle that is being contracted, no need to go over. So have a look at the muscles working when I do the normal range, and then when I go a little bit further beyond that range, have a look at how much they have to work extra. I doubt you're going to see much of a difference. And it's a lot harder to do it that way. So there's no point trying to do 10 or 15 repetitions the hard way when you could be getting 20 or 30 out efficient abdominal repetitions without possible risk of injury for your lower back, or if anything, being too hard. The last 3 were just for you. They were above and beyond the range that I would normally go. And yeah, they are quite a lot harder, but being harder doesn't mean they're more effective. They're just harder to do. So, limited range of movement, I would touch the hips back down on the bench or the mat, wherever you're doing them, and bring the toes really in the line of eyesight. So, of course, if your head's going to be thrown back like that, you've got to take your feet that much further back. You want to imagine that you have basically an apple-sized gap between your chin and your chest. So you're not pushing your chin down into your chest, but you're not throwing your head back. It's all about keeping a neutral kind of alignment within your body and engaging the hips. Again, I'm not throwing my legs back and forth, I'm controlling them and engaging the abs to actually lift and curl my hips forwards off the bench, using my weights, if anything, as a guide and a little bit of resistance. So there's no need to be holding a plate or a dumbbell or attaching cables to your legs. Look, I can do 50 of these repetitions, and at the end, my abs are burning. It's insane. There's no need to add a weight. You know, if you cannot complete 20 or 30 good controlled repetitions of this exercise, then there's no need to be using a weight. And even if you can do 50 in relative comfort, then you haven't tried this ab exercise where you superset with the next one. So, speaking of which, let me show you.